So just a quick little my experience feelings with the ULTEX T80 JoyeTech. Ordered this before there were any reviews or anything out really on it other than what was on the JoyeTech website. Got it for that NFC heater. It's supposed to last 3 months according to their website. If you run it about 40 watts, about 800 puffs a day, should last 3 months. Let's find out. But since then, and it took a little bit to get to me, I actually ordered from Heaven's Gifts. Took a little bit to get to me, and from the time I ordered till now, there's actually a couple videos. There's still not many out. But there's been some issues from what I've heard with flavor being muted. Doesn't have as good a flavor apparently. Only a couple of them did that. There was a few of them that also said it had a ton of spit back, and it just spit back quite a bit. Most of these reviewers that I saw were definitely reviewers that have been out there a while. Like there's Phil and Twisted 420 and Indoor Smokers. There's quite a few of them out there that they know what they're doing. Phil, however, was the only one who said he didn't really want to comment on flavor because he doesn't typically use a tank. He typically uses a dripper. So he was going to leave that out for others. And I think I know why. And I think I have the answer and solution to all of them. So I have my Cubis Max on top of the ULTEX T80. Yes, I've customized it. Comes plain black, like you see in the picture, like you see on their website. I'll even post some up here in front and some information. But I customize mine. I do it to everything. A nunchuck I actually have. That's it. Break the glass. On the nunchuck, however, there's just a little button. There's nothing really else. It's pretty smooth, pretty flat. You can use any tank on it you want. I could put this one on there, but why? Kind of like the mod. The mod's kind of the same idea. The mod's the mod. You push the button, it fires. You can change the wattage, you can change the temp mode, heat mode, change your screen displays, puff, count, ohm, battery symbol. Nice thing is you can take the battery out. The V8 sticks. When that battery died in the V8 stick, you threw it away, you went and bought a new one. This one, the battery dies, put it in the charger. And after however many thousands of times I charge it, it don't charge no more, throw it away, buy another battery, stick it in the mod is fine. So as I said earlier, JoyeTech recommends you run it at about 40 watts. I'm running it at 37. Mine's coming out at about 0.25 ohms, which is what they say it is. You'll also notice my airflow, hopefully you can see that, is only about halfway. Now, I've only had this for about a day now. I actually got this early this morning, and I've used it all day. At first, flavor sucked, but it wasn't muted. The problem was the flavor was, I was getting that new cotton taste. Anytime you put a new coil in, you get that new cotton taste. I got that on here. So I'm like, nope, I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to break it in and make that cotton work. Using their stock one that came with the tank, in the tank, when I opened the box. Haven't changed anything. It's all exactly as they got it. The only thing I did was put the battery in it and threw some yellow paint on it. And some fingerprints. And maybe some DNA. But anyway, no spit back. Excellent clouds. Again, like I say in all my videos, I don't care about clouds. They're there. They're not there, I don't care. What I care about is getting my fix. This keeps me from smoking. Or this. That's all I care about. And I don't stink. And this actually tastes good. It does. It took a little bit to break that cotton in. I think on like a regular coil, for some reason I only have smock tanks. Smock did not pay me nothing. JoyeTech didn't pay me nothing. I bought all my stuff. I'm even on a Greek vape and a UL mod. Geek vape. I don't know why I said Greek. But anyway, Geek Vape, the ages. Now I do have cotton candy in here from Carnival E-Juice. Nope, they're not paying for anything either. And I have cotton candy in here. Kind of regret now that I didn't put my Philip Rock honey cream in here. I have found certain tanks, certain mods, certain RDAs, certain drippers. A certain juice tastes better than others. For instance, on my X Baby Beast, honey cream doesn't taste very good. I mean, it's there, you can taste it, it's okay. But in the regular Baby Beast, holy cow, the flavor is so much different just between those two tanks. It's a whole lot better in here than in here. I put the cotton candy in here because it's a flavor I'm pretty familiar with. Just throwing it out there. This is a whole lot more expensive for 60 mil than this is for 100. I really like, but I hate the price. So anyway, went with the Carnival. It's a flavor I know quite well. In here, it's fabulous. But also, on a side note, I think they changed their flavors a little bit. It doesn't quite taste the same that it used to. It used to be a lot sweeter. It's not quite as sweet anymore, I've noticed. I think they're using a non-sweetened nick before. I think it was sweetened. I don't know. I don't make juice. I don't know anything about it except whether I like it or not. I still like it. It's just not as sweet as it used to be. So anyway, spit back. In here, I mentioned a couple of vapors. Twisted 420 was one of them. He took that cotton that's in there and he flipped it over and he did both sides, put it in, and it spit back. You don't really have to juice it up that much. It's not a coil. You don't have to let it sit for 15-20 minutes to soak in. I mean, you juice it on the top, you can just sit there and look at it. Like you can on a coil. If you drip from the top to prime it, you can see that cotton soak it up. You're done. Don't flip it over. Put it together, fill it with juice, vape it. No spit back, none whatsoever. The odd little taste at the beginning. Like I said, on a coil, it's usually 50, 60 puffs before I get rid of that new cotton taste. This one, and this does have a puff counter in it, I was almost at 100 puffs before I got rid of that new cotton taste. I think it's their cotton. So anyway, I ended up taking their cotton out. I have some Japanese organic cotton I put in here. Still, I'd say it was close to 100 puffs. And I think it's because of the way that film heats compared to a coil. But it took about 100 puffs to get rid of that new cotton taste. I also closed the vent down about, well, it's a little bit past half. I go full open, and it has tremendous airflow. I'd say it's very much on par with the Smock Baby Beast for airflow. But I found that at about half, a little over half, it tastes almost as good as the X Baby Beast. Not the same. I mean, it's definitely a different taste than what a coil is. It is a little different, but it's a different heater. Am I satisfied with it? Oh, hell yeah. I'm only running at 37 watts. Does that mean I'm going to get 3 months of use on it? I hope so. I mean, I'll change the cotton, once a week. I mean, a coil typically lasts me 7 to 10 days. I'm thinking the cotton should last 7 to 10 days, but I don't know this. I've only had it one day. Even if I got just one day out of that cotton's nothing. Yes, my cat's angry. He thinks it's dinner time. So he'll be growling back there. But back to the cotton. Even if it lasted one day, I mean, it's just a little tiny square. What does that cost? Like a nickel? If that's all I have to replace and that coil, film, lasts And when I say film, I actually ordered some extras. And I'll also post some pictures. But this is what the film looks like. There's actually 5 of them here. That's why it looks so dark. I separate them. But anyway, it's just this little thin film and the cotton just lays on top. That's all it does. It's not wrapped around it. It's just laying on top. And these are the cottons they sent. And I didn't try the ones out of the bag. I was using the one originally that came in the tank, in the box, when they shipped it to me. However many weeks ago that was. Maybe it was just that piece of cotton. I didn't even bother with theirs. I put one of mine in. It's not the exact same flavor as a coil. Just like when you're using a dripper. Some people say you get better flavor on a dripper than you do out of a tank. I think it depends on the juice. But it is different. And this is well, this is different. It tastes different than a coil. Satisfied with it? Yep. Does it taste 100% just like a coil? No. I still get a very satisfying flavor out of it. But it is different. I got past that new cotton taste. Switched to a Japanese organic cotton. I did leave the skins on there, if anyone's wondering. Those skins I left on it. Just kind of holds it together because there ain't really anything in there. It's just kind of squished between the bottom of the heater film and the tank bottom. I can actually show you. Nice thing about this tank is if you have juice in it, you can change the cotton. It doesn't hurt it at all. Take the bottom plate off. It's just the plate. Don't forget about the little notch over here. Let's see, now I didn't have that. I have a couple. Now I've only been using this for a day, and you can see there's a little bit of a burn there. Interesting. But it's just sandwiched between this and that heater element, that film, NFC, whatever that stands for. Notch core film? But I have to keep my eye on that. I didn't expect it to be burned like that, to be honest. But flavor's good. We can change out the cotton. That cotton isn't going anywhere. It's just sandwiched between the two. I did find out the hard way. When you put the cotton in, make sure you don't cover that little shiny silver piece. Well, you'll see it if you have one. It has to make contact with that little screw head on the bottom of that film, or you break the circuit, and then you have a zero or no atomizer. But yeah, and I did use it. I mean, I've had it up to, I think I went to 47. I don't think I went past 47. To me, I don't like a hot vape. About 45, it starts getting warm. No, I take that back. I did go to 50. 50 was, the tip got actually hot. I did not like that. We're at 45. And it makes clouds. Flavors, it's good. Is it the same as a regular tank? No. Is it the same heating element as a regular tank? No. I would expect it to be different. So on that same note, I have a mesh coil in here. It's the Prince mesh in my Baby Beast. And I have just a regular XM2 coil in here. And like I said, honey cream from Philip Rock doesn't taste very good on the M2 coil. It's tremendous in here. God. But anyway, not talking about juice. So I think those reviewers, from what I saw in their videos, I mean, I don't know what they did behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm not there. I think they opened the box like I did, put the juice in it, put it together, used it for a couple minutes, started their video. I bet it tasted like new cotton. I bet it tasted funny, and mine did too. Did I need to change the cotton? I would say probably the one that come in the tank, I'd just toss it and start with a fresh one out of their box or cut your own. Mine's working fabulous. On high, I've noticed, or really wide open, I've noticed it has a little odd sound. That's another reason I turn it down a little bit, the airflow. But yeah, and of course the yellow stripes I put on it, I even highlighted their name and their logo. Thought I would share my experience with the flavor and the cotton and the mod in the tank in and of itself. Not a lightsaber. A lot of them say that. Kind of looks like it, I guess. Oh, one other thing I want to talk about. Can't remember who it was. One of the reviewers I was talking about saying he didn't like the fire button because the back button there, they feel the same, they look the same, you can't tell them apart. I don't know. The charge port's flat. And there's a hole in it. I mean, it's flat. You can feel that. You roll your thumb across the mod, you can feel the fire button. I mean, you can see it. It sticks out. You can feel that. There's no hole, and you push it. Very positive. You know where the fire button is. You know if you're pushing the mod, or you know if you're pushing a hole for the power jack. Sorry, not a power or charge jack. Although it can, never do that. Charge your batteries in the charger for updates. The button, extremely easy to find. Has a neat little light in it. I don't know how useful that is. I mean, when you let go, it's still on for a second. But when I'm using it, my thumb's covering it. Or I got it up to my face. Yeah. It's neat to have. Is it necessary? Not really. Oh yeah, the other thing, comparing it to the nunchuck. Screen, the numbers are a little bit bigger. It's pretty much the same size screen, but the numbers are bigger. It's more of a faded blue, where the nunchuck's more of a faded green. Probably doesn't pick it up very well on camera, and plus my camera sucks. Yeah, this is more of a faded green. On the nunchuck, on the ULTEX T80, it's more of a faded blue, to where most other mods are kind of that green color. No, you can't change it. It is what it is. Could you put a filter over it? Sure. There's mods out there you can do. Up-down buttons. They are recessed. They're not hard to get to. I mean, it's pretty positive. You know, when you're pushing it, you can feel it click. So, no issues there. Fill port, they have the bright red arrow. Pretty easy to see that. Push it, slide it open, fill it. One thing, and you probably already all know that from these bottles, it don't fit with the drip tip. It's a pain. That's why I use these short little Gorilla bottles. And because I noticed I'm a little low on juice, I just put it in, fill it up, and done. And you just slide it back. And it's a pretty firm lock. I mean, you have to push it. There's a little ball bearing in there. You have to push it to get it to open. It's not like it's going to come apart in your pocket. Just sitting there, if you drop it, it's not going to open. It's top airflow. It can't leak. I mean, if you open the top, it'll leak. It can't leak. You know, it's like the X-Baby Beast. It can't leak. Bottom airflow, if I set this on its side, probably won't leak. Once in a great while, it might. You hold it upside down. If your juice is low like mine, it can't leak. On its side, and I don't know what causes it, I haven't figured it out. Most of the time it won't, but every now and then I'll find a little puddle under the side of it if I have it flat. Don't typically lay it flat, but if it gets knocked over and I didn't realize it, this can't leak. Upside, side, top, bottom, doesn't matter. It can't leak. It's just in the design. The other thing I noticed, you can probably see it there, the airflow ring moves up and down a little bit. It's loose. And then I noticed in this little band here, there's silver there. I thought it's because I didn't have it all together tight, but it don't go any tighter. It's not leaking, so, and I can't honestly recall when I first took it out of the box and I took it all apart and changed and cleaned everything, if it was like that or not, but it definitely is now. My fault? Came that way? I can't confirm that. It also looks really nice. I put the yellow on because I like to be different. You know, just like on my Geek Grape. That black doesn't come there. I did that. And of course the faded and the silver showings, just you can tell how much I use this mod. So anyway, like I said, just want to talk a little bit about it. One other thing on the charge port, the firmware updates, it is firmware updatable. I don't know really what they change on it, except maybe the TCR values or something. It works just fine. It's on point. It says 2.5. I put that tank on any of my other mods, 2.5. I put any of those tanks on this mod. Like my Baby Beast is 0.16. Comes up on here 0.16. Wattages. I put this one on here, running at 47 like I run on here. This one I usually run at about 37, have it on 45 now, but 37 through here on there, tastes about the same. So I'd say it's pretty on point with its numbers. But the firmware updates, they have a link on their website. I'll also post it down below. It's just a blank white page. There's nothing on it. Not a hello, not under construction, not a no firmware is updatable yet. It's just blank. Nothing there. That's the other thing. If you close it down too low, you get that weird tornadic sound. Got to be at least halfway or a little more, or wide open, to get rid of that sound. I think it sounds about like the Baby Beast. Pretty close. Well, that was a different flavor. Honey cream. But yeah, any comments, shouts, outbursts, nothing negative or derogatory. I just delete those. If you got anything to share or your experience is different, or you have questions, I'll answer. And yes, it's just paint. It'll eventually rub off. Saying that, I thought this would eventually rub off, but it's staying pretty good. If you watch back through my videos, you'll see where I did that. Did it on the nunchuck as well. Figured that's where my thumb rides, and it's always there. I'd rub that off. Hasn't gone anywhere. I was surprised it stayed as well as it is. We'll see how long this lasts. I will be doing an update video. Next time I change the cotton, we'll take a look at that coil. We'll see how bad the cotton might be when it starts tasting burnt. See if we can just clean that little NC film heater off with just dabbing it with a cloth, like JoyeTech says. And then see how it looks and how it tastes and all that when that cotton starts tasting burnt. Hopefully we can get 3 months out of it. I'd be happy with a month, but I'd like it to kind of live up to what they claim, you know. 3 months would be amazing. Thank you.